In my mind, worlds collide. Something inside me is gone. Still I keep going on.
What is up, guys? This is Awesome here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Hiya Toys Monsterverse Kong figure. This is not the Beast Collect version. This is the basic version, or as I like to call it, the Battle Axe version, and we're going to review him today. If you missed the unboxing video, link down below. I mean, it's an unboxing video, so if you like unboxing videos and you like my unboxing videos, go check it out. There is something interesting that I'm going to point out in this video, is that I have this amazing stand here. I'm going to remove Kong off the stand, and you're probably not going to see the stand in the rest of the video. But I do plan to make a video. It'll probably be a short video talking about this action figure stand here. But I will link this in the description down below, because if you like what you're seeing here already and you don't need to be sold on reviews, I'll have it linked that down below. So I will say this: I recommend this stand. I absolutely recommend this stand. I'm going to do a separate video review on it. I'm playing with it just a little bit more, so I understand the pros and cons of the stand. But from what I can tell you right now, if you have a Hiya Toys Kong, it's clearly holding Kong perfectly, and I can have him in a really cool launching pose like this. So, subscribe if you want to see more of this stand. I will talk about it in the future, hopefully soon rather than later. Just because this is a really excellent stand. Perfect for any Hiya Toys. The real test, which is I'm going to see later, if this can hold a King Ghidorah figure. Alright, enough about the stand. On to the Hiya Toys Kong Axe version. So, to get things out of the way here, because I need to not mention the stand again for the rest of the video, but my biggest gripe, before we even talk about paint, articulation, sculpt detail, all that stuff, I want to get the biggest elephant in the room that people may not be aware of. And that is, this is Monkey. Monkey don't have tail. So Monkey falls, right? So I know a lot of people, I don't know how, because I'm having a lot of trouble with mine. But mine, and just my overall problem with Kong figures, and this also goes for the same for something like, oh shit, that was a machete on the floor, scared the shit out of me. That goes for something like, Jason here from part 7. My problem with figures like this is that they don't come with anything to help them stand, and they topple over all the time, and it's just, I really wish we become more in practice that we come, if a figure does not have a goddamn tail, can we please come with an accessory that helps them stand, like just a basic stand? Because I'm probably the only person that just bitches about this to the moon, but it's kind of like, imagine buying a Hiya Toys Rodan figure, or a Hiya Toys Mothra, or SH Monster Arts, a flying kaiju like Mechaguirus, Mothra, Rodan, Camazotz, Batra. Imagine buying those figures. And I'm mainly speaking on Hiya Toys. I never owned the Batra or the Mothra from Monster Arts. But I did own the SH Monster Arts Mothra and Rodan pack. But anyway, imagine buying a figure like that and not coming with a flight stand. What this practice is, coming out with a bipedal, right? Figures like this, and they don't come with stands, it's like having a flying monster action figure and not coming with a flight stand. It's insulting. So, thank you, Jason, for being here for that. I do appreciate it. So, this is my overall biggest complaint with Kong, is that I can't, even if I do get on the stand, which I know people have got on the stand, my problem with something like that, which he's standing right now, my problem with it is that all it really takes is a little, and then he's gone. And if you're on a high shelf, or for instance, you have an expensive figure on a flight stand in the front row of your shelf, and he decides to topple over this way, you know, he can fall off the shelf and break, depending on where you have him on your shelf. Or like in that example I just said, he can fall, knock another figure off, and that figure falls on the ground, and now you're sad, right? So I would really like something. Because it's like they spend all this time making sure King Ghidorah has stands so that he can sit properly on a shelf. And the same thing with Mothra, Rodan, and even NECA's even done in the past with those figures. They always give them a flight stand of some sort. And for whatever reason, for bipedals like this, like Kong gets nothing, right? And like, I know he can stand. I know people got him to stand just fine. But it's just that little bit of insurance where like, because, like, me personally, I'm happy that he's standing right now. But you know what makes me more happy? That he's going to be on this instead. So that's just my thing with it. Other than that, Monkey is great. I love Kong. I love this action figure here. And all the accessory he comes with, too, which we'll get into as well. Because he does come with accessories. So why don't we talk about the sculpt, accuracy, and the detail. This is Monsterverse Kong. This is absolutely Monsterverse Kong. Here, you want me to prove it to you that this is Monsterverse Kong? Pop that off. Let's get a little bit more recognizable expression. Look, it's Kong. Dude, I cannot, like, I look at this figure and I'm just like, I cannot believe that we had the Monster Arts Kong for so long and we thought that figure was good. Now, maybe in terms of functionality and as an action figure, sure, it probably is. Especially the one that comes with all those amazing accessories with the Mecha Godzilla head. You know, that's probably the definitive Monster Arts Monsterverse Kong right there. But this makes me happy. Finally, Kong has a great figure that represents Kong. And I love it. I love the facial expression on this one. I've had him on the Roaring Head for a while. And that's just because he was in a very battle position there. So Kong. It's fucking Monsterverse Kong. What more can I say? Look at the accuracy. It's accurate. It's accurate. I have an accurate Kong figure. I'm so happy. I'm so ecstatic. His foot's gone. I'm so excited. And he's more ecstatic because his foot was gone. I'm so happy to have a figure like this. For a while, Kong just hasn't had a great figure. We've had at the mercy of Playmates. We're at the mercy of the Monster Arts. And now here we are. I can say that this is absolutely the definitive, looking Monsterverse Kong figure. And I know Hiya Toys has the other Kongs, some Skull Island and GVK. But I don't like those because they're not accurate. I know they're coming out with a 2.0 GVK Kong, which is accurate to the source material. Thank you so much. So much. But yes, it's Kong. It's fucking Kong. Sculpt and detail. I mean, I can't get over the fur. Like it looks like fur. Not to say that some of the other figures never look like fur. I would even say that, the Monster Arts had really good looking fur as well. But this, it puts a smile on my face. And I never actually noticed that Kong had a scar from his battle with Godzilla in Hong Kong. This is when he gets blasted, no-scoped on his back when he's in mid-air and Godzilla laughs at him. I didn't know he had a scar. So this figure, like, that's really cool. I'm happy with this detail right here. That is so cool. So, like, and you get the scratches, of course. Tons of Godzilla scratches on his chest. And you get some legal stuff right here on that foot that likes to pop off. But, like, the sculpt, detail, and accuracy, out of this world. This is Hiya Toys. This is one of their best products. Like, so much so that me and OrangeTroll were talking. And I asked him, what do you think is the top... I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm like, what is the best Hiya Toys figure? And he said Kong was their best. I would almost agree, but I would say that Kong here is in the top 3 best Hiya Toys figures. If not, the absolute top 5 minimum. And this is just without the beast glove. This is just Battle Axe Kong here. All right. And I have to agree, this is one of their best figures. This makes me love Kong all over again. I finally have something. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. But yeah, you know, 10 out of 10. Accuracy, sculpt detail. I mean, just look at it. You don't need me to tell you. You don't need me to tell you this figure has awesome sculpt and detail. I mean, you've made up your own opinion, you know, a long time ago, probably. Probably way before you even clicked on this video, right? So, before I even move any further with Kong, put him in the back there. Let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So, we'll get these ones out of the way. So, we have Battle Roar, as we saw. Then we have a neutral expression. Look at those eyes. Look at those freaking eyes, dude. Oh, God. So, we'll pop this on him at some point here in the review, just not right now. And, of course, we got abundance of hands. So, we have fists. Like, full-on fists. I believe these are just ones that you can just put, like, the battle axe in. Which, by the way, let's just get the battle axe real quick before we move on to some of the other hands. So, here is the battle axe. I was so worried about this because I thought it was going to be really flexible and bendable. And it kind of is, but, like, it's solid enough. It's really flexible right here. It's solid right here. But just look at this. The only thing that would make this battle axe better if it was more blue. But this is clearly like the battle axe in a neutral. It's like in a neutral, non-illuminated version of it. So we can get another Kong figure. The 2.0 GVK might have a different axe. I'm not too sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Hopefully it does, because I would love to have one where it's more blue, more glowing, more a glow effect, where the whole thing's kind of glowing. We'll put that back in his hand at another point in the video. Here is an open palm. This one is not damaged. So there's the open palm. I showed you guys the fist. There's another open palm, of course. The only one that we have one of, and it's the only one that really matters, is the one that's damaged by Scar King's whip. Which is really, 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 really cool. So we'll put that on him at some point in this video. I just want to talk about, I believe articulation is next. So Monkey. So obviously he can look really far up like that. Like he's on a, I'm not sure. Obviously his head's on a ball joint, but you know the neck is a separate piece as well. Probably also on a ball joint as well. So, you know, if you really want to, you can get Kong to look unnaturally far up. It's probably a little bit unnatural for him, but you can get him to look really far up and, you know, have his beard turn into a very dominant looking chin instead. And so, have him look far up. You can do a full 360 with this guy, which is really cool. I like to rotate that back. It makes me feel weird. Sorry, Kong. His arms. His arms are probably the most articulated of the bunch. So you got, you know, obviously the whole arm's on a ball joint. You can almost get, I'm sure to break my finger, so he probably could go a full 360. Probably could. But here we have a hinge right at the elbow, so he can do really, really intense curls. Oh yeah, get them gains, Kong. Get intense curls. The upper arm is on a ball joint, kind of. With some type of swivel, I would say. Get it to rotate like that. And of course, his fist. Ball joint. Turn it. It's like two separate pieces going on. So if you look here. So the hand can turn almost independently. But it's also, the wrist is like on a ball joint as well. So that way, for both hands, you can get Kong to pound his chest. Like that. So you can have him stretch it out all the way out. Kind of classic King Kong style. Where he's like chained up. Just like that. Have him all chained up against the wall. And maybe he's doing some kinky shit with somebody, with Zuko, I don't know. That'd be really cool. Get him a really cool boxing pose as well. He's gonna punch someone. You have him grab his hips, like he's disappointed. Now onto the legs. Obviously, well, of course, I skipped one of the most important parts, his chest. So he is on, I think, 3 different. Yeah, look, there's 3 different crunches. They're like ab crunches. I think that's what they're called. But this is on a ball joint. His upper chest, his upper torso, like that, is on a ball joint. And then you got the midsection, which you can rotate. And then you got this part right here. His lower torso, his groin, lower body is also on a ball joint as well. So that, you can probably get some really crazy poses with that. Like, you probably get him quadruped, like, you know, very angry gorilla, like he's chasing Titan X. Maybe. I don't know if I can do that right now. I'm not really sure how to get him in a pose like that. Of course, his legs. Get him a good monkey kick. Falcon kick. Falcon kick. Just like that. My fucking foot here likes to pop off for like no reason. It's really annoying. Knee. So you can get... God damn it. Well, before the ankle starts, you know, his whole foot starts popping off, you can get him like in a running pose, or he's about to kick a soccer ball. Like that. All the way back. I mean, you can get him like totally free falling. Just dead. If you wanted to. And he has no tail to play with, but he does got monkey cheeks. Which Adam Wingard said, you know, I keep getting asked when we're going to see Kong's penis. And hopefully soon, get the monkey balls. So in terms of paint, I think we got this, you know, all set aside. That the articulation on Kong is great. Get him in a sitting pose, like, oh God, Godzilla, please don't kill me. Monkey. So, in terms of paint, I think my favorite aspect of this is his eyes. Look at those eyes. Look at those ferocious eyes. And of course, you know, all the detail on his fur. All the scratches on his chest. His chest is a different type of coloring going on from his fur. You know, you get the fleshy, wounded parts. Absolutely. The detail's great. And especially when you get to the accessories, of course, like his battle damage palm from Scar King's whip. Like, look at that. You see that? That's great looking. I mean, it could be more gnarly looking, but they didn't have to go that far with it. So paint, fan-friggin-tastic. So here's Kong with the neutral face, and I put the other hand on, which was kind of a pain to pop that on the ball joint for some reason. I'm not even sure that's all in. When I have him scratching his belly or he's holding his belly, he's like, oh, fuck, that really hurts. Oh, shit. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just had to let out a really nasty fart. And, you know, I have to say, you know, obviously we got him in a new pose here, but it's actually not too bad to pop off any of the hands here and getting him into some really fun poses. So here's the, like, very, like, angry face, very uncomfortable face, and he's holding his very fucked up hand from Scar King. I got him in this pose. He's like, oh shit, that hurt type of, you know, pose. I got him in here. So why don't we get him with his fists, get him with his battle axe, and we'll get on to the conclusion of the video. I'm not sure if this is the proper way to do it. I'm not sure this figure is able to do it, but here is with the fists. I wanted to get him in a all fours quadruped pose. Oh God. And that's maybe if the head moved up a little bit more, maybe it'd be more possible, but as it stands right now, yeah, he's not going full fours. I mean, and looking up too, like he probably would naturally. But that's a really cool. I mean, it's still cool nonetheless. Like, he's on all fours. He's probably looking down at like somebody. Somebody offended him. So that's a really cool looking pose. So why don't we go to the final verdict of this review? All right. So my final verdict. You know, this figure like knocks all the boxes. And here I did say would have it with the battle axe. Here with the battle axe is really cool. So final verdict. You know, if you're a fan of Kong, mainly Monsterverse Kong, you're a fan of the Monsterverse, there's no reason not to pick this up. There is zero reason not to pick this up. It's just as much as the SH Monster Arts GXK Kong figure right now. I think in some places, some places fluctuate. It might be $74.99, but I've seen it go as low as $50.99. And to me, without a shadow of a doubt, in terms of sculpt, detail, accuracy to the source material, and accessories, like we get so many different, hands and heads and stuff. Like, there's no reason not to pick this up. If you're debating on getting this over the Monster Arts for whatever reason, there's no reason to. This is the superior figure here. I mean, in terms of the basic ones that only come with an axe and maybe a couple hands. If you're debating this between this one and the San Diego exclusive, whatever that one was, with the Mecha Godzilla head and those other really badass accessories, I can't fault you for being torn, because that is a really good set and a really good Kong, even though it's not as accurate and beautifully detailed as this one. But I can understand, everyone's got, I got to stop bringing up Monster Arts in these reviews, unless I'm talking about Monster Arts. It's really hard not to, because for someone, like, there's 100 reasons why someone could be watching this video. And that person is so much different from the next person that's going to watch this video. So what I'm really trying to say is collect what you want to collect, and there's no judgment here. What I'm saying is, if you're on the fence, here's some bubbles to consider. You get a lot of accessories, mainly for heads, the battle axe, and you get a really cool hand sculpt here. You get a really good looking Kong that looks like Kong from the movie. You get great attention to detail. I would say really, really good articulation with this figure. So there's almost no reason not to get it unless you're not a fan of the Monsterverse, and especially Kong. There's a lot of criteria you got to check. For me, all the boxes check. I love Kong. I love the Monsterverse. It's screen accurate, which is my biggest thing on picking up a figure, is if it's screen accurate as possible. Does it look like the source material? Okay, it looks like the source material. How well does it function as an action figure? Okay, great. Posability, it's great. How photogenic is the figure? So on and so forth. I have a lot of my own little steps, my own little things here. I love the Monsterverse, so I'm gonna collect all the Hiya Toys Monsterverse figures because all of them look great, especially the prototype ones like Tiamon and stuff. All those look fantastic. But this figure's out now. Do you want to get it? You've watched the review. You probably watched countless other people's reviews. For me, this gives an official thumbs up. Now, what I can say, should you get this and the Beast Glove Kong, or get one or the other, or get both? Beast Glove Kong, as I'm making this, is on the way. So stay tuned for that. I will do a comparison. Because even I was asking myself, should I get this or should I get the Beast Glove Kong figure? Should I get the Beast Glove version? And my answer was, well, I'm going to get both, only because they each have different head sculpts, and one has a battle axe and the other one doesn't. So I had to ask myself the same question. I already have Kong. I have one definitive Kong figure. Do I really need another one? Should I skip this version and get the Beast Glove version? I don't have the Beast Glove version yet, but I was satisfied in this figure. I'm super satisfied in this figure. So once I do get Beast Glove Kong, I think I'm very satisfied to have both figures. So that's my official verdict. And obviously those are my personal check boxes. What are your check boxes? From what you've seen from this video, does that check all your check boxes? I've given you an outstanding hell yes, pick this guy up. So you have not my blessing, but you have my high praise for this figure. You have my highest recommendation to pick this figure up before it sells out, because I've seen this guy sell out It's everywhere to the point where he's flipped for so much money. Right now he's up on Big Bad Toy Store. I know the pre-orders for this guy sold out, but now they're in stock, but it's only a matter of time before they run out of stock. So pick this guy up as soon as you guys can. That is it for this video. I've talked so much, I'm thirsty. So that is my review of the Hiya Toys Battle Axe Kong figure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, stay fucking awesome.
In my mind, worlds collide. Something inside me is gone. Still I keep going on.